Hey all, thought I would make a quick live commentary. A 5-minute game. Haven't made one in a while, so we'll see how this goes. I've been playing d6 a lot against e4 and d4, and going for these sort of endgame systems. They work pretty well. Knight f3 I'm going to transpose into a Philidor. Or that. This I haven't really figured out a satisfactory way to play against it. It's a little bit annoying. I can't decide if just knight bd7 right away. The other possibility is just taking a knight c6. Alright, I'm just going to play this move. Now, I've burnt a lot of time thinking about this. I should review what the line is. They like to play f3, though, in these kinds of situations, which I think is a little strange. But, and then castling queenside is the popular sort of approach. Here, I'm actually not too worried about these bishop h6 kinds of ideas, especially before I've castled. Okay, so I think he's going sort of for just some caveman chess here. I think I could try something weird, like, well, maybe that's not so good. Now let's just go with this for now. And then here, I think with the idea of taking and then playing knight c5, getting rid of this annoying bishop. I don't know. I'm going to wait a bit, see what happens. Okay. I'm really not. I think this actually is probably going to be fine. I mean, I'm not in a huge rush. I don't need to worry too soon about castling and things. I'm going to play here and castle. Just got to watch out if he doesn't have any sort of... Could try something kind of cute like knight g8, queen here. The idea being hitting this pawn. It seems a little slow, though. Yeah, I think I'll just play here. Play here and castle. Seems logical. I don't know if I need to worry about any central breaks too soon. Knight here, I'll just take it and castle, and f4 I don't think is a huge deal. And this knight doesn't really have anywhere too dangerous to go yet. His queens, I think his queen might be a little bit misplaced here. I think white is slightly better. And also I have this huge time deficit, so I'm going to need to start playing a little more quickly. F4 is not going to be a good idea for him. His queen is going to get trapped. Probably, I think just probably knight f, g4. Well, I don't know. It looks a little messy. His queen could get in there. Alright, well, this is sort of what I expected. Okay, so this pawn is a little bit vulnerable, potentially. Let's see. I think I'll probably just play something like this. Seems logical. I don't think I need to worry about anything too surprising over here. Something like that. I think I can just get away with this, even though it looks kind of ugly. Yeah, this looks fine. Check, king over, calmly. Eventually this queen's going to get out this diagonal and his knight's trapped. This pawn is hanging. If he comes back, it's sort of not ideal for him. Now he can play rook over, but yeah, maybe that actually was hasty. Let's see. Yeah, in hindsight, that was not a good move. I think probably I'll play knight here. As long as he doesn't have any nasty surprises, I think that'll be fine. If he takes, I'm going to check and then take his queen. If he takes this, take with the knight probably, and then play h5. If he'll probably move the queen. I don't think he has anywhere too dangerous to put the queen. I don't see any nasty checks. Queen here, I'll just check him. Probably looking to win some material. Okay. I mean, the question is, do I want to, yeah. I think I can get away with this. I don't think this pawn, he can really defend it. And I think I play this. And now, oh, that move. Oh, that's okay. I think this picks up his rook. I think. Unless I'm missing something. Oh, he resigned. Okay. Well, that was a quick finish. Let's... I think I do... Hold on, let me examine that. Okay. So, let's see. How do I have the board with this client? Hold on. Aha. Okay. So like I said, this is sort of what I've been playing lately. I actually like it a lot. The point is that this ending I think is fine for black, and I'm happy to talk about it with people. I've been playing slightly differently than I was telling people about before. And the other point is that I think if he doesn't do this, I like the positions I get. This turns out to be a fairly decent, good line of the Philidor that actually has come into fashion a lot with GMs. They play a slightly different move order because many of them don't like inviting that queen trade, but this is considered now just a pretty fine position for black, and I've gotten a lot of interesting games with it. Like I said, this move, I wish I had my sort of guide to this, which is the Philidor Files by Christian Bauer. Actually, I have it right here, so let's take a look. I'll try to look at this sort of quickly. So he has a whole section on this E5 line, even though his book is mostly about the Philidor. It's a really fantastic book if you're into these kinds of positions. Okay. So, knight f6, knight c3, e5, and then what lines? So he talks about, okay, the knight ge2 line. He says it's an interesting alternative. He recommends, he just lists knight c6. Well, he recommends a bunch, but knight c6 he does seem to like. The idea being after f3, he says h3 is imprecise because he can take, knight takes and play g6. And that's a variation that's not great for white. He says the closing the center with d5 doesn't bother black. He will withdraw his horse to e7 or b8 and then undermine the center by playing c6. Seems logical to me. So then after f3, he suggests he says bishop e7 he doesn't like. He seems to say that e takes d4, knight takes d4, g6, bishop e3, bishop g7. This is like a better version of what I say. He says this is more dynamic. He says see chapter 2. So I will investigate that later because I don't really have time to go through it now. But back to the game. So that seems like a more dynamic way to play it, maybe. So I played, well, it seems logical. I guess it blocks the bishop, though. F3. I mean, I really didn't like my position out of the opening, despite my optimism. Here, this move, I don't think... I don't think it's really a problem. I think I'll do sort of what I did in the game. I can't quite do it, but I want, just try to go queenside. Take. Now, there might be cute lines where I can play, like, knight here, and the idea is if he comes into g7, play queen f6, trading queens. But I think if knight f6, he can also just sort of calmly play back, so that's not quite going to work. So, but I also don't need to worry about any immediate threats here. I think I just play something like, well, maybe not that, because he could take... No, this seems okay. I mean, this... And now the knight controls that. You know, something like this is not going to be great for him, I don't think. You know, because these knights move and his queen is sort of going to be out of moves. Maybe I'll play something like this. So, you know, I think that's probably fine. I mean, it looks scary, but as long as I'm not castled, this battery really isn't an issue. You know, I think this is an okay plan. You know, correct me if I'm wrong. So he castles. Now, here I had a little bit of a decision. Maybe going for this trade of trading off the bishops wasn't, you know, maybe there's no point in doing that. Maybe just something like here. I don't know, though. I mean, inviting this knight exchange, while good in some ways, maybe not. You know, I kind of like this idea of trying to play for control of c4, and the best way to do that is this. So, like I said, I think the queen becomes slightly misplaced there if I don't go kingside, so I'm going to take this. And here, you know, so this is what I expected him to play, and he did play it. I was making a point here about these kinds of things. Now, he needs to be a little bit careful. It would be really nice if I could somehow trap his queen. The problem is that, you know, if I play this, I come close to trapping the queen, because if the queen comes in, you know, I'll just castle. Well, I guess that doesn't quite work. Yeah, see, that doesn't work because his queen can come in. And the other way doesn't work because his queen can come here and it can escape laterally, even if I try to trap it with something like this. Maybe there's a tactic. Well, oh. I guess I pick up the exchange in that line. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, you know, this f4 loses because I'm going to come in d3. If he moves here, I come d3. If he moves here, I just play this and then come d3. So, looks like he can't play f4. So what he played in the game, only move, trading, very natural, and now just castling queenside. You know, I think this is 100% fine for me. I think that was a mistake. I think he needed to activate this rook. You know, f4 isn't a plan that's going to go anywhere. I think he should just play this. And then, I don't know, just this. Probably keeping some pressure on this pawn. f4 isn't going to work. I'm going to move my rook over. We have a game. He has more space than me. I think his position's slightly better, but I think I'm fine. But I think this move, maybe now, here, he's still better, but I think I'm starting to get improved. This is a move that looks good. I don't really like it. I mean, like I said, it looks good, but it doesn't do much. It just will lose his time day 3, as you saw. And now it essentially gives me another move to get things rolling. Oh, and this pawn, of course, is hanging. That was another drawback of 23. So now let's take. Now this seemed, at first, it seemed like a mistake. And when I played it, I actually was like, oh god, now, you know, this rook move is really trouble for me. But it turns out that I have this nice tactic with knight c5. The point being, okay, you saw that move. Now, if we try something like this, with the idea that if I recapture, he plays rook takes, the nice thing is that I just have this in-between move, check. Obviously, the queen comes back, I take it. When the king moves, I'll just take the queen, and I'm winning. So he can't do that. And if his queen moves somewhere like here, this is actually what I thought he'd play in the game. I'm trying to decide what the best square is. You know, probably here. And here. And now the question just becomes, you know, what's the best way to stay aggressive? Probably just play something like this, trying to pick up this pawn. You know, he has an attack, but I think my position is just better, even if I lose this pawn. So, you know, after knight c5, I think now I have a good position. He takes. Okay, now I just have to be a little bit careful. Maybe h4. I don't know. Maybe no. That seems logical. This is the start of obviously what led to him losing. That's risky. So here, for a split second, I was worried about this, but I can just take this. Takes, and that knight might be getting away. Oh no, but then also at the end of this, fortunately I have this nice little fork. So that doesn't work, which means after f4 he's in a lot of trouble. He can't defend this pawn, and the rook is nearly, you know, the rook isn't ideally placed. So where's he going to go to stay alive? It's unclear. And he of course played g5, which is just a mistake because now he's losing material. So very fortunate result for me. I've only played, let's see, I've only played six 5-minute games, so I'm trying to get my rating not provisional. But I've won 5 and lost 1, so that's a pretty good result. 3-minute, I've been having some good results. 1 minute I play to mess around a lot, but hopefully I'll make some more 5-minute videos for you all. Let me know if this is interesting. I think, sort of standard. I had a slightly worse position. White had an edge, and he just sort of misplayed it, and then I ended up winning tactically. So let me